go. Welcome back. I'm excited about this one. It feels kind of quiet in here.
That's because the kids are next door.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have a whole bunch of kids and there's like no noise, you're like, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes noise is a good thing, at least when you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if this video just stops, once again, it's an internet issue. We will start a part 2 if we can't resume this. But we have a lot to talk about, so I'm not going to waste a bunch of time with some type of introduction. So don't forget to get the chat started now, because we're going to take a lot of comments today, and that's going to kind of lead us on the path in which we travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you logged in yet?
Yes, I am. I'm saying hello to this guy, Eliandra Vilena, Jack Nolte, Alex Couillard, this guy 1000. What's up, Brian Mason?
Let's go from Mississippi.
So I'm just saying hi to all of them. Make sure you guys hit the likes as soon as you get into the video. It helps out. Thank you.
Subscribe and hit the like button. That always helps as well. Starting as usual with shout outs.
Lori, hello. Good to see you on the courts. Can't wait for you to get back.
She was all happy today when she came out.
I know. She always has a smile.
She was like, hey.
She always has a smile. You can tell that you're a very happy person, drama-free person, which is good to see.
Yes, it's a great thing to have no drama.
Mm-hmm.
All right, shout outs as usual. By the way, if you were playing in the fantasy team or the $250 competitions, or Babolat Pure Aero 2007 or Aero Pro Drive, then hold on, the ice maker's open.
Hello, Canadian tennis.
That's your fault.
Fan, yes, that's my fault. That's very true. Actually, no, I didn't get anything from the fridge. No, I didn't get anything from the fridge. Now he's trying to fix it. That was actually his fault, because I actually have coffee.
That was my fault.
Yeah, so there's no way I actually got French coffee right now.
And I have a cold drink.
That's funny.
All right. If you are playing the fantasy team or the $250 competitions, I will do a full update tomorrow. We're only halfway through the 4th round, so I won't update it until tomorrow. But there are 2 young ladies, Sister to Queen Lutzall and Carla, that are running stuff right now, and Casper, aka Dedseville, is doing big things as well.
You know why I'm doing good? Because I'm doing the Novak thing.
Let's go.
That's why I do it, because they asked him a question in an interview, about his tennis and everything. He said love is important. I think Alex Couillard, you said it to me, family and all that. So that's why I do this, because maybe I'll get the good vibes,
Do you think that's cheesy when Novak does that? Is that cheesy to you?
Yes. Hello, Flora Moore. How are you?
It's my lady right there.
Yeah.
What's up from the Philippines?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'll do that update tomorrow. A couple shout outs to start the show. Number 1, Gene Swart. Gene Swart is a fine young man in South Africa. I know last night we had some new people on, and then I was doing shout outs, and they were like, get to tennis. I won't get negative on that. It's just that we never forget where we come from, and so we're going to give credit where credit is due before we give credit to, $1 million athletes, right?
Maybe you should throw this hat today. I'm sorry, Ethan.
No,
I know you gave it to us.
the
RF logo.
Roger Federer is going to be the first topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got to get the shout outs in. I got to give props to these people. Gene Swart, fine young man. He is the person that moderates when he can. Okay, it's like 7 hours ahead in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, it is 5:05 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I don't see him on, so he might be.
So
sleeping.
anyway, but he tries to keep out the negative, and I think that we try to focus on the positive. I think the past couple of days, Carla and I, you may have noticed, maybe have not been the most spunky. We had a toxic family member issue, and we were navigating through that and dealing with that. And anyway, long story short, is sometimes we may talk about tennis for a while. We may rant off on some path into nowhere and then come back to tennis. But anyway, long story short, Gene, thank you very much for what you do. And I've told Gene 100 times that I will send you $100 US if your wonderful mother, who obviously raised you as a fine young man, if she allows it. I think she has an issue with that. But nonetheless, I will do it immediately at any point in time. Just let me know. Mm-hmm. Fair enough? Mm-hmm. Number 2, Dusan Dramakanin, Serbia. What's up? He does our Excel sheets and points for the fantasy team and tennis racket giveaway stuff. And he puts a lot of effort into that. So much love to you, Dusan. 3 other people, especially B-Dog02, brother for sure, Sister the Queen, my lady, and also Ryan Mason in Mississippi, who has helped keep me sane the past couple of days with my wall being ripped out again.
And Lori, because Lori's doing a lot.
Oh yeah,
in our personal life.
Yeah, and Lori's trying to make sure that we don't have to potentially move eventually, and we don't want to do that. So Lori is like someone that is very special to us, not just for that, but because she has the courage to entertain that. And it's not something easy to entertain, which is politics. Anyway.
Hello, Layla, and hello, B-Dog. Where's everyone? Well,
B-Dog.
There's quite a few people on the chat. I think yesterday we got bombarded with people that we didn't know and stuff, and I told Justin, I kind of like it more personal than just people showing up because they were told to show up. I just, because I feel a lot of you guys actually chat with me. We have gotten to know each other a lot better, and it just makes it, easier to talk to you guys instead of, trying to act like something you're not.
Yeah. Anyway, the last shout out for sure, no doubt, is to my mother. My mother is 72 years young, who has been through a lot the past couple of days with a toxic issue. And she is a soldier, and she is the ultimate mom. 100% respect, been through a lot with me. And all I have to say is I'm blessed to have the most incredible mom and the most incredible grandmother of my 5 children.
I agree. I always told your mom, I said,
let's go.
I'm not super, super close to my mom, not because we have drama or some issue, just that my mom wasn't very lovey feeling. It's just the way my mom is, and I accepted that. But I said, I wish I had someone like your mom. I said, she's great with the kids and stuff, and she makes up for the grandmothers that are not around.
Yeah, and then through the thick of it, my Aunt Nancy always is there when my mom can't quite handle it all. So anyway, much love to all of you. First topic, let's go. Roger Federer pulls out of the French Open. Carla, let's start this.
Okay, I've defended Roger Federer a lot. I'll read his quote before we get to that. Let's give him a chance, right?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
I'm going to read the quote.
I'm going to let her start.
All right.
And I'm going to let you guys start in the chat.
So Roger Federer puts on his Twitter, he says, after discussions with my team, I've decided I will need to pull out of the French Open today. After 2 knee surgeries and over a year of rehabilitation, it is important that I listen to my body and make sure I don't push myself too quickly on my road to recovery. I'm thrilled to have gotten 3 matches under my belt. There's no greater feeling than being back on the court. See everyone soon. Honestly, what I thought of it is, why did you even win last night or the night before? Here you have this young man, Koffner, or however you pronounce his name. He battled you. It was tight matches. If you knew in the back of your head, because I'm sure you did, why wouldn't you let this young man that's 27 years old, trying to make a pro career, struggling where you have billions of dollars, billions, and you know that you're not going to win the French Open because Berrettini's there, Djokovic is there, Nadal's there, so you know you have no chance. You might as well let this gentleman win, or don't even enter the tournament because clay is not your thing. Your thing is Wimbledon. That's your goal. I thought very weak on his part, very poor on his bad sportsmanship too. I kind of lost respect for him. It made me mad. I didn't like it at all. I saw that Chris Evert, she made an excuse for him and I wrote it down. Chris Evert said, Roger Federer has earned the right to do anything he wants. I'm sorry. You cannot say that. Then you have to say Osaka has earned the right to do what she wants. Serena has earned the right to do what she wants. Boris Becker says, how can you just throw Koffner out there and then quit? I'm lost respect for him. I'm sure that he thought, well, if I beat Berrettini, then I got to face Djokovic. Just coward. I'm just upset about it. It's just stupid.
Incredibly well said. Number one, the first thing we have to talk about is the example that Roger Federer is supposed to set for humanity in terms of playing tennis. And when you're a billion-dollar athlete, I think it's in your best interest to lead by example. Roger Federer is potentially the greatest of all time. I think Djokovic and Rafael Nadal have a lot that they want to say about that. And I think they are both knocking on the door to extinguish that controversy. However, you must lead by example. Here in the United States, Ryan Mason in Mississippi, we have talked about a club in Mississippi where he lives that the head pro is searching for a job and the courts are derelict and so forth. We have 1, 2, 3 clubs here in the Mobile County area in South Alabama that aren't out of business, but there's some clay with grass growing through it. There's another place where the pros kicks Carla out as she walks in, and then there's another place that I think was just rebuilt, kind of the closest place to where we live anyway. But what I'm saying is that this example that I think Roger Federer set here was that it is okay to quit.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not okay to quit.
Had he been a struggling player,
Look,
do we think he would have quit?
Okay, now before anybody lays into me and says I'm not a Roger Federer fan, do I need to pull my shirt off and show you the huge RF logo on the center of my back? And I know I say this all the time, but I get drilled by people that are new to this channel, and they think that I'm not a Roger Federer fan, and I don't like him, and I just like Djokovic or whoever, and that I don't like him. It's just the fact that these are the type of Chris Evert-ish type moves that Federer has gotten into as he has aged, and I mean in his latest 5 years or so.
Let me tell you something. I can understand why Djokovic has chosen not to stay in that group, because he's fighting for people who have no voice. Federer has all the money. He doesn't really care. I mean, I like Layla's point. Do you think he would have withdrawn had they not made him play a fanless night match? Probably not.
Maybe so, maybe not.
Maybe not. But again, why enter a tournament? It's like telling a junior, it's okay. You know, it's okay. You can quit. That's all right. You know, your opponent's going to be tough anyways. You know, you're not going to win this tournament. That's okay. That's okay, little baby. It's okay. Serena played. She got her ass kicked today. But she played.
She played.
Credit to her. She didn't make an excuse. In her interview, she said, well, at least I won a few matches on Quay. You know, I tried. You know, on to the next thing. I mean, he just quit. He should just let Berrettini beat him. Show up. Don't be a quitter. Isn't he the one that says we shouldn't have timeouts for this and that, and players shouldn't do this and that's bad sportsmanship? Well, he just did it.
Does anyone think that if this was Davidovich Fokina, that he would have pulled out? Is it just because Federer could afford to? Was this a snooty moment? Look, last night we went out of our way to find Peacock so we could watch the match. Coffer was a good player, and he is a good player.
This guy, I'm sorry. I give it to everyone.
Who,
I don't care if you're Federer, Djokovic,
yeah,
Nadal.
Give it to everybody.
And Nadal done the same crap, I would have said the same shit. The reality is that he says his knee, great, I get you're injured. You know, many players, you had a surgery. Look what Wawrinka did. Be a man, have some balls. He pulled out of the French Open. He pulled out of Wimbledon. You knew you weren't going to get that far. You knew it could be a possibility. He pulled out Wimbledon too.
What?
Wawrinka.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
What I'm saying is you knew that if your body goes to... I mean, then don't play tennis if you're that old. I mean, why even play? Give somebody the opportunity to play. You just messed up everything by having a walkover. Great. Round of 16 with a walkover. That sounds really good.
Can I make a metaphor here? Tennis is supposed to be, and its origins, a game in which people will fight like in a duel. You know, back in the days in the Cowboys, 10 pace to turn around, blow, right? Tennis is supposed to be a duel, and, you know, whether there's 2 people in singles or 4 people in doubles, there's going to be people that, in a simulation, in a sense, are going to be the ones that get killed, right? Hence where the name comes, oh, I killed you today, let's go, and I was killing it, whatever. I lost my train of thought. Doesn't matter. For Roger Federer to enter a tournament, he is committing to fight to the death. If I enter a tournament, I don't give a shit if my ass isn't feeling well. I entered the tournament. Metaphorically stating, if I'm in the draw, I'm going to lose and die or win and prevail. So Roger Federer entered the tournament. He beats a very talented Coffer who's what? Coffer's like what, 27 though,
27,
I think.
yeah.
He's been around the block, but he's hot, kind of like Alcaraz, I guess you could say, but not quite as good. But glimpses. Anyway, for him to pull out is committing suicide, because if your only way to survive the duel is to win the tournament, you just shot yourself in the head. That's all I'm saying. It's a bad look. And no, this guy 1000.
I get you're a Federer fan.
It doesn't matter. I am too.
I give it to anybody.
I don't know.
Anybody.
How can anyone say that especially, she's always called Federer a crybaby, by the way. When I first met Carla, she'd be like, "Ooh, is Federer gonna cry again?" Anyway, so she definitely is not. However, I always hate to. No one can say I'm not a fan when I have it tattooed on my back and I spent like $800 to get it put on there. So I'm just saying, Don't call me not a fan, but reality is reality. Truth hurts. You know, we just spoke a minute ago about we come here to say our feelings, and it's like a family and people listen. But you can't tell us we're not fans because we're telling the truth.
Would he have pulled out if it was Wimbledon?
I don't know.
He wouldn't have.
You know,
he wouldn't have. I get it's not your surface. He did what Osaka did. She didn't like play, so she didn't keep playing. She didn't want to talk to the media because if she lost, she wasn't prepared for it. I'm sure she's dealing with some stuff. But again, you don't do that. Don't play it. You use it as your practice thing. Okay, great. Practice on play is not the same as grass. It's two different surfaces.
Can I ask you a question, Carla?
Mm-hmm.
If you were, say, anyone outside of the top, I'm going to say 15 these days, but you know, top 20 has kind of always been the debatable number. Mm-hmm. If you were outside of the top 20 and you were traveling globally, the increased prices of everything, lodging, food, trips, coaches, everything else underneath the sun, mm-hmm. could you have afforded to, I can't play, I'm saving my knee for Wimbledon, or would you have been forced to play?
You've been forced to play.
Like a lot of these football players and basketball players. What's up, B-Dog? B-Dog O2, how many football players out there in the NFL that are on like third squad or practice team that get their chance to go up, but yet they're playing on a freshly surgically repaired ACL? Are they going to tell the coach, hey, what's up, Sean Payton? I can't come today, man. My knee hurts, and I'm trying to get my shot from practice squad to the starting lineup. You're done.
Okay, so Gene sent me something that Patrick McEnroe said.
What's up, Gene?
He said, this is Patrick McEnroe saying, I understand it, but I don't like it. It's just not a great look to pull out of a tournament in the middle. It's one thing if you sprain an ankle badly and finish a match on adrenaline. Those things happen. But it's another thing when you kind of go into a tournament knowing that you probably aren't going to be able to really finish the tournament. Roger can't expect that he's going to play the French Open and not have some physical demanding matches in the first 3 or 4 rounds. That's kind of inevitable. Look, he's trying to get himself ready to run a Wimbledon, which I believe he's done. And a lot of people say he's Roger Federer. He can do whatever he wants. He earned the right. And I understand that, but I still don't like it. He said it well. I don't like it.
Hey, look, there's no one that can make excuses for this. It doesn't matter which way you rub shit on someone's nose. You can't brown nose out of this one. There's no excuse around it. He entered a major tournament and he pulled out and he wanted to save his knee for Wimbledon. That is okay. But again, if this was 1864 and we're like in the middle of the Texas desert and you're rolling up on someone and you guys have a disagreement, I can go ahead and assure you, if your ass, backs out of the gunfight, he's going to go ahead and cut your throat anyway.
Philip says...
So, anyway, he committed suicide. Roger committed suicide today, metaphorically in tennis. Agree or disagree?
Philip Duyon says, what happens if Federer loses early at Wimbledon? He says, how bad does his decision look?
Exactly. And look, Philip, by the way, timeout on tennis. By the way, Philip Duyon, I really hope that you're doing well. Philip is a medical doctor. He is a neurologist and has gone through some issues. It's his private life, but he has gone through some issues in which he has prevailed through.
He's recovering from it.
And again, a lot of respect. I'm very lucky. I've never met you personally, but I know Carla has a lot of love for you in a very big way. So
yeah, I watched his video. Very touching.
And I respect that. Me and Carla are really chill about who we talk, whatever. I'm like, if you could, you could deal with this girl, you can deal with anything. Anyway, I'm kidding. But yeah, much love to you, bro, and hope all is well. But yeah, how bad of a look would it be then, right? He would have had just as good as a chance to go as deep at this tournament as he would be able to go at Wimbledon. Do you see what I'm saying? He had Berrettini in his way, and Berrettini isn't the best thing since sliced bread either. So I don't see it being a big deal about going ahead and playing Berrettini. I think maybe he was scared to play Berrettini. I think he felt like Berrettini would hit through the court and make him look bad, and he would rather maybe look bad at Wimbledon. I don't know the psychology behind his decision, but it was very snooty in a way. It was very, I can afford to do this, and I'm going to do it in that type of way. And I wonder what his wife Mirka said. I wonder what she said. Mirka is a fine tennis player in her own right. I wonder what her take was on this. I wonder what she thought about it.
Audible Obscenity Tennis says, if Fed withdrew and said it was because of injury, then okay. But this withdrawal was premeditated. no actual injury occur. I don't respect that. Show up to Berrettini and take your beating.
I agree with that. Who said that?
Audible Obscenity Tennis.
A great name for the comment. It fits in a professional way. Take the beating. It doesn't matter, dude. Look, I don't want to be continuing to repeat about the staunch fan that I've always been, but at this point, at 40 years old, it's like, okay, you're not a quarterback in the NFL. You don't have an offensive line protecting you. You can't just take 3 steps and throw a ball and win a national championship or a Super Bowl. You're a tennis player, and at 40, the thought of not playing Berrettini was freaking cowardly.
Serena took her beating today.
She took her beating.
I'm sorry because there's so many comments. Someone here mentioned about Venus. Venus took her beating.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
come on, let's go.
Take it like a man. You got the millions. You got the billions. All the billions, the sponsors. No, take it like a man. If you feel like your knee is ready, you shouldn't be playing clay, especially on that surface where the ball comes back so many times. That is the worst surface if you have a knee surgery because you're constantly playing and hitting another ball and another ball and another ball and another ball. I mean,
and the most cheesy thing, the most snooty thing I've heard the entire day was the fact that when this happened, I was immediately alerted to an article that Chris Evert, the other Aspen snoot, that puts her nose above the equator no matter where she goes or who she talks to, and I mean that personally, not that I watch her on TV. I've been around her. Carla's met her. She always comes across as a snooty person, and no sooner does Roger Federer do this, and I don't mean any disrespect to a lady. I don't mean that because that's wrong. But she is a global person. She is on camera. It's not like I'm disrespecting my neighbor over there. It's someone that's on camera every day, and tens of millions of us have to watch it while we pay $200 a month for the damn service.
I haven't canceled.
That's all I'm saying.
I didn't cancel Peacock today. I'm going to cancel it in a few days. The reason why
I cancel that.
I will, because I know there's a few matches that have to go on there.
Get them on
Shame on NBC again. Shame on Tennis Channel. I had to watch a Zverev match on that stupid channel. And Nishikori just did not show up.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
Before we shift to Zverev, Lindell hater puppy thrower, let's get back to Chris Everett's comment about Roger Federer pulling out of the match. Here's her snooty ass comment. Can I put my nose up and say this comment, Carla? Roger Federer has earned the...
You need some makeup.
Okay, can I finish this?
Like major
Can
makeup.
I finish this? Because I'm feeling good about this. Roger Federer has earned the right to do anything that he wants to do. Quote unquote. That's not an exaggeration. That's what she said. So you're telling me that it is okay these days because you are who you are, that you can just go and just look like an idiot and just quit on people?
It's okay for Bill Gates to cheat.
Get lost.
It's okay for Bill Gates to cheat because he's that
Whatever. He'll give him $1 billion and she'll be cool, move on, and the next victim can come in.
Layla C says, I feel like all these players don't want to play the French because they don't think they can win it. They should not show up and let the lower ranked players have a shot at a third round prize money. Kevin and Jackie Gunn says, yes, lost some respect for Roger here. Should not be using Roland Garros as a training session unless the player would have been rubbished and fined. No respect for Roger this time.
Who says this comment here?
Kevin and Jackie.
Kevin and Jackie Gunn. This is a good comment. I never thought about this. And let me tell you why. Players like Bernard Tomic and some other players over the years, they go to a match and they don't even play very well. They just show up and the ref's like, hey, that was unsportsmanlike playing. We're going to take all your money away. So isn't this the same thing? Isn't this just like Tomic showing up to a match and not even performing at all?
Yeah, he did it.
Isn't this the same damn thing?
He did the same thing. Let me read some more comments.
So cheesy.
Leander says, if the Williams sisters did what Federer did, they would get so much hate.
Exactly. That's another good point. Dude, it would be if Serena or Venus did that, their legacy would be ruined.
Yeah.
They would be totally left off by every sponsor, by every media outlet. She would be trashed. Great comment. Comment of the day so far. That one was hard-hitting and true.
Carlos Alexandre said, it's sad to see one of the greatest forgetting the essence of the sport.
Exactly. Love that one too. The essence. Who said this one?
Carlos Alexandre.
Love that. Carlos must have a passion, a heart, a soul for what we do.
Jack Nolte says...
The essence of the game.
All right, let me read these comments, babe. Jack Nolte says, money pays. What she's saying symbolizes what's wrong in the world. Michael says Fed played us all. Sister the Queen says, my question is, why did Fed fight so hard to win the third round? I don't know. Why did he fight so hard?
It's a great question. Just like Boer Becker.
He was better off saying, you know, guys, during that match, I tweaked my knee and I need to be ready for Wimbledon.
Exactly.
I tweaked my knee and I just don't want to injure it worse. That would have been, dude, don't you have people that you pay to write your shit?
Yes. Sister the Queen, by the way, a show or two ago.
Oh, let me read.
We mentioned, we mentioned that she was in nursing. She's in marketing. However, this is a good application of what we're talking about to marketing. So read her comment.
Let me read her comment. Sister the Queen said, I had to come back and watch the beginning of the show after this dreadful tennis weekend.
What show and why? Why did you go back to that? Anyway, read your comment.
Let me read the comment, Justin.
Yeah.
After all, tennis weekend, laugh out loud. Thanks for the shout out, Justin and Carla. Oh, I'm not a nurse though. I work in marketing and can't believe how bad tennis is at marketing the sport. I'm still mad that I have cable with the sports package and even have the free version of Peacock and I couldn't watch Federer without upgrading. I refuse to try out Peacock Premium on principle. And now Federer withdraws, so possibly his last match ever at the French was played with no fans, and he's like, screw this tournament, I'm preparing for Wimbledon.
Oh, that's deep.
How many players have withdrawn from this tournament? Then Serena loses, and she looked pretty bad. Then Zverev just mauled poor Nishikori, apparently. I couldn't watch it, but saw the score. If Tsitsipas loses to Medvedev, I'm done with this tournament.
Oh my
Laugh
God.
out loud. Bring on the grass.
Let's go. There was can I see that again? You respond to it. She said something in the middle and I forgot how it was turned. But go ahead.
How do you want me to go ahead?
How am I supposed to go ahead? You got to read this?
I already read it.
What she said. Oh, she said in the message that this is potentially the last match he ever played at the French Open. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So picture this. Picture me Roland. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
If this was Roger Federer's last match at the French Open, it was a win against Kopfer, and then a withdrawal because he was saving his knee for the tournament that he likes better. So his legacy from a standpoint of the French Open, I'm just assuming, is a quitter. Mm-hmm. Is that right or wrong?
Yeah. Someone's asking me, who was it? Let me go back to it. Someone's asking, did he really say that? Where is it? Furkill 377. Did he say exactly that in the statement? What?
I'll be right back. That'll be comment.
Furkill 377. Did he say exactly that in the statement? Yes, I read his quote exactly the way it is. Let's see. Gene Schwartz said Federer is an angel. Federer is the GOAT. This guy 1000 said legacy ruined. Calm down there. Michael says Fed not the GOAT. Let's see. Okay, it is. Okay. I obviously know my tennis that Federer withdrew because he knows Djokovic was going to destroy him. Laugh out loud. I mean, I don't think that's why he withdrew. We all knew that he was not going to win the French Open. It was a tough French Open for him. Tough draw. You have, the young Italian. Then you've got to possibly face Djokovic. Then possibly face Nadal. That's a tough draw. He should have just played and lost. Leandra says, yeah, maybe they lost, but they still deserve being there more than Federer because they actually want to be there. Exactly.
He didn't want to be there. That's okay. He's potentially the greatest of all time, but I can assure you, let's say everybody ends at 20. Nadal, Federer, Djokovic. These are the type things that are going to be like, wait a minute, he quit at the French Open.
They won't all end at 20, Justin.
Anyway.
Philip Byrne Blair says, back in the day, Roger called out Nole for quitting, even though Nole had breathing issues and had obvious injuries.
Knowledge drop.
Good point.
Knowledge drop.
Good point.
For sure. By the way, speaking about battles, this has nothing to do with tennis, but tonight, Floyd Mayweather is fighting a YouTube guy. What's his name? Logan Paul or something?
Yeah.
Does anyone have any thoughts on this? I look, boxing, the reason why I bring up boxing is when I was a child, my father would always show me boxing videos, boxing footwork, boxing positions in terms of fighting positions, southpaw, righty, both. And that's how we would learn our footwork, our quick feet in tennis. So boxing for us went hand in hand with tennis as a young junior. Anyway, who wins this fight? Who wins it?
Is that a joke? Is that a waste of time?
Is it just immediate? Here's what happens sometimes in fights, and sometimes when people throw tennis matches, they want the rematch. So they theatrically perform for one fight, and then maybe the best in the world loses. But it was all
Alex said.
Okay, next match.
Thank you. Okay. I don't know why you even brought that up.
I'm interested.
Daniel Medvedev said it would be a bad example if Djokovic had withdrawn, but Federer's completely fine. I agree.
Agreed.
Man, we gave heat to Djokovic about his whole injury. Why wouldn't we give it to? I mean, we would have to be hypocrites.
We would be hypocrites. That's why we're getting
seriously.
And it's just a bad look. Especially when you're Roger Federer, dude. He didn't
say I'm hurt.
He has a whole brand out there, and now your brand should say, you guys should make what are these things called?
It's okay to quit. Like just do it. It's okay to quit.
Yeah, someone should make what do these kids call these things where it's like on a cell phone? There's a picture and there's like a saying, and it's
GIF?
No, I think it's called a meme. Mm-hmm. Not up on a lot of that new school jargon, but nonetheless, they should make something where it's like an RF logo and it's just like quitter. They should do something because he freaking straight up quit.
Well, Nike has just do it. RF. Well, just quit.
Yeah, just bail out.
Flora Moore says next year if Fed joins the French Open, there will already be a crowd. People will boo. Count me in.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. Good point, Flora Moore.
Zoran Radulovic says, who can believe that Roger can win 7 matches in the best of 5 with this shape and this level of tennis and physical conditioning?
I don't. I've said this for 2 years, and I totally agree with him. I've said this for 2 years, and all you guys have called me a hater. You're just an asshole, and I've heard worse. Again, it's just reality. This isn't the NFL. You're not Tom Brady. You don't have an offensive line protecting you. That's it. It's not going to happen.
Ryan Mason said Federer's no longer the GOAT. He is now the peacock.
Yeah, he's a peacock. That's it. We should stamp that. Ryan Mason, you should make a shirt. You should make, the NBC peacock, it's got the NBC logo. You should put NBC right here, the peacock thing, and then you should put like an RF symbol down here, but not quite exactly because then they'll sue you, and then throw on the back of it across the back, quitter.
Layla, see, the night matches make no sense. They can't sell tickets. Players hate it. As a ranker calls them sexist for not scheduling enough women at night. Yes,
this is a topic. Let's switch because I'm tired of talking about quitter. Mm-hmm. All right, next thing, positive energy. Let's go. What was the topic?
Will never get booed at Roland Garros. Okay, no, I was just.
He'll never get booed anywhere because he's been marketed to not be booed, and he shouldn't be. He's a good guy. He's a classy guy. Again, I'm not hating on the guy. I'm hating on him because he pulled out of the French Open, and I'm perturbed about it. Is that a problem? I'm human. I have emotions. I get mad. I get sad. I get glad. I cry. I get happy.
Yeah, I did write.
I'm pissed about that.
I did write about.
So I'm venting to you.
I watched the Azarenka match, by the way, with Pavlyuchenkova. Azarenka had that match. I'm like, what the hell is she doing in the second set? I felt like mentally she was out of it. It seems like she was really, really bothered at this French Open. She was not a happy camper. In one of her matches that she won, Fabrice Santoro gave her an interview about the scheduling, and she said, yeah, the French Federation, they don't know what they're doing, You don't know if you're playing or what. And then as she lost this match, they gave her an interview, and she said, so one of the reporters asked her about the lack of equality, and she said, well, here's an example. She said 6 out of the 7 matches were men at night. I mean, there's one example. She says, besides the prize money, she's like, just turn on the TV and you'll know exactly what I mean by equality. You won't see women's matches is what she's referring to. She said the French Federation was the worst at this. She was really pissed today.
For anyone out there that has something like PayPal or Venmo or a secure way to send you $5, and I'll do it now, like while we're here, I'm going to ask everybody a question. $5 for the first person to answer it. Okay, and I'll do it now. As long as we can do it securely. If not, then I'll give you my email. It's in the description or Facebook, whatever. Just click there. I'll get it to you. Why? She mentioned Fabrice Santoro, a phenomenal player, a longtime player and a journeyman. Why? Here's the question. Why was Fabrice Santoro unique?
I'm not saying anything.
Why was Fabrice Santoro unique? Why was he a unique player? Mm-hmm. Anyway, if you are trying to get wrapped,
They like your alien shirt. Oh, obviously, I obviously know my tennis. You are out of the fantasy. By the way, he was asking before.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to do a full update tomorrow. There's like 7 people mathematically that have a chance to win $50 a piece, or whether you choose shirts, whatever. I'll get into that tomorrow. But there's 7 people that have a mathematical chance. I'll get into that tomorrow. Anyway, why was Fabrice Santoro unique? But if you are Azarenka and you are griping about the time of the day, I don't know if this press conference was before the match.
After the match.
If it was after the match, she's just disgruntled.
She's just been upset.
She's upset.
She's just been like,
because
not happy,
it doesn't make any rational sense, because the fans in France. Now, by the way, a lot of people yesterday that were new, and we had a lot of people.
You got it. This guy just sent me your.
This guy 1000.
Yeah, I think I've sent you something.
Yeah, let's go. It's on the way. We'll do it here on the show.
5ktennis@mail.com.
Yeah, he always wins these prize giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
He's a beast. As long as you're subscribed to the channel, when we ask a question and you're subscribed before we ask it.
I think Michael Walker got it too, because he said you got to win singles and doubles hands of both sides. So
yeah,
he got it.
So you're both on time. Then we'll double it up. That's no problem. Much love, Michael Walker.
5ktennis@mail.com. Just send me an email.
Yeah, Michael Walker, much love, bro, and great job, this guy 1000 and Mike Walker as always. But Azarenka was just disgruntled because the fans in France, and what I was saying, the fans, they've had the curfews there. And Carla and I were doing a show last night. There were some new people on, and we didn't have a mask on. And people were like, why don't you have a mask on? Guys, the COVID-19 thing here was by the state. There was no more restrictions quite a while ago.
Florida, you got hit hard because you guys like to party, like to drink. You're on the beaches. You got a lot of young kids. Whereas here, we're more in a retirement place.
Yeah,
we're in an island. It's a little bit different. People's houses are more separated. I lived in Florida. I know. I lived in Miami. I lived in Fort Lauderdale. I lived in West Palm. I live in Panama City Beach. I know. You guys are all on top of each other.
Yeah, and then, most of the tennis students here, like, Barbara Wharton and Bear Wharton and Barbara Messenger and Lori, and they are very disciplined with their diets and what they do, and they pay close attention to detail. So here, it's been expunged a long time ago. Plus, she's my wife, and we have 5 kids. So I'm not worried about, if I got sick and died, I would hope that she would move forward. But if she got sick and died, I would freak out. I would probably I don't know what I would do without this girl. Seriously, I don't know.
I just thought you said it was hard to handle me.
It is, but damn, I would suck if you were gone, man. I'm messed up.
Oh, stop.
For sure.
But again, Alabama has had lower numbers than Florida. Florida's been crazy.
Seriously.
Crazy. Hi.
But look, Azarenka's out. If we look at the bottom half of the women's draw, by the way, all right? Look at the bottom half of the women's draw.
Michael Walker, I bet you. He says Iga wins the singles and doubles. What you want to bet, Michael Walker?
Wait a minute. Did Iga win with Bethany Maddox-Sands today?
I don't know, but I don't think she should.
No, wait a minute. I think Sue Shea, and who is Sue Shea playing doubles with? Sue Shea's playing doubles with, I can't believe I don't know that. And then Bethany Maddox-Sands was playing doubles today with Swiatek, but they were down a set when I turned it off early this morning. We taught lessons all day, and that's great. I don't know who won that match, but they lost the first set. Do you have that?
He wants to bet $50.
What?
It's on.
Oh, what?
That Iga wins the singles and doubles. It's on.
Who asked me?
Michael Walker.
$50 that she wins. Okay,
singles and doubles.
Okay, hold on. Well, but that's kind of a house bet, though. Isn't that a house bet? Let's look at this. You got Badosa playing Sursti. Are you telling me Swiatek's going to lose to Sursti or Badosa?
He said singles and doubles she's going to win. And doubles.
Or what are they in the double semifinals now?
Let's find out.
Who are they playing? And look, Bethany Maddox-Sands, by the way, is a doubles specialist, a doubles genius, by the way. Bethany Maddox-Sands ruptured her patellar tendon the same way I did.
They won 7-5 in the
third set?
In the third set.
Let's go. Soldier shit right there. They were getting beaten pretty handily. They came back. What was that?
She'll pull out before, just watch.
What are they going to play, the Pliskova sisters? You serious?
I don't know who they're playing. It doesn't say here yet.
Anyway, I wouldn't take that bet.
I am taking the bet.
That's stupid, Carla.
You're telling me that Iga Swiatek's winning both?
That's a stupid bet. She's playing doubles with Bethany Maddox-Sands, the maestro of doubles.
She's lost many times.
Are you serious, Bethany? How many majors?
I'll take the bet.
Can you just chill for a second? Mike Walker, how many majors has Bethany Maddox-Sands won in doubles and mixed doubles combined?
I'll play.
I don't care what the surface is. She only has to cover half the court and then
I don't
switch
care.
every once in a while.
Okay.
How many majors has Bethany Maddox-Sands won in combination of doubles and mixed doubles? It's over 10.
I take the
She's
bet.
got over 10
I don't
grand
care what
majors.
Justin says.
You're crazy.
Mike Walker, I take that bet.
50
You
bucks?
bet like 5 to 100 with somebody about Federer. I
But
bet
that was an easy bet, Carla.
No, I will take that bet with
You're just
Michael
throwing
Walker.
money away now.
Oh, come on. You always throwing
Okay,
money.
you can take the bet. He's gonna win. He's gonna win that damn bet. He's gonna win that
And
bet.
she's winning singles and doubles.
Carla.
So you're telling me Iga's gonna win the singles?
Iga. Just chill for a second. You got Rybakina facing Pavlyuchenkova. Are you telling me Pavlyuchenkova and Rybakina are some new prospects on tour, and all of a sudden we have to watch out for them? Man, they've been around so damn long, going to sleep already. They've been around before Zverev. Still going to sleep on him already.
I take it. It's on Michael Walker.
So you're gonna tell me that Cersei and Badosa are a threat? Now the only threat I think she's got on the bottom half is Coco Gauff.
Let's see. I think they're putting Iga's next doubles match on Peacock.
Right.
Oh.
Look, but seriously,
It's okay, Justin. Don't worry.
did anybody answer the question about
Yes.
Bethany Maddox-Sands?
Oh, no, nobody's answered that yet.
Can someone Wikipedia or Google up how many majors that Bethany Maddox-Sands has won in doubles and in mixed doubles? And if they win it, don't tell me it's because of Swiatek, because she's a maestro. She's a doubles genius, and she has been for a long time. Who was her doubles partner through a lot of them? Safarova. And then she won a bunch mixed doubles with Jack Sock, the Bryan brothers. She can play the doubles game. Seriously, Mike Walker's a genius at this stuff, man.
That's okay. I want to beat the genius.
I don't know why he doesn't play the fantasy.
I want to beat the genius.
I don't know why he doesn't play
I'm going to
that.
beat you.
Stupid bet.
That's okay. I like it.
All right.
Both of them, I think she needs to save her energy. Okay, a lot of people have been saying she shouldn't be playing doubles. I keep playing doubles, Iga. You're just giving a chance to other people.
It's okay.
I take it, Michael. And when I beat you, I'm going to embarrass you in front of everyone.
Yeah, right. I'm going to be embarrassed sending him 50 bucks.
I'm sending it. I work too.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
All right, you make 5 and 10 and all this stuff. That shit adds up to 50.
Yeah, you remember that old song?
What about yesterday? You're watching Cam. Boom, boom, boom. So, hey, I can do
That was a
it.
pretty cool moment, by
Just
the way.
saying.
But speaking of that, she mentioned Cam Williams. We have no affiliation with one another, obviously, but he's a really good guy, and he does a really good job at his matches. Anyway, long story short is there was a communication between just me and some random person on one of his shows or podcasts or whatever. And I saw someone say if, that Daniel Medvedev makes the second week, that they would eat their own shoe. And I just I was just playing around, and I put, man, if you had a second shoe, something like that, I will eat it with you.
That's what Sister the Queen's asking. What happened to Justin's bet about Medvedev?
So
I want to see him buy the shoe.
I'm asking you all of this. That's what I'm trying to help you help me find this person, because I plan to buy him a new pair of shoes on top of sending me his old ass beat up shoe wherever he is in the world, or she. So what I'm trying to ask you, if there's any way we can find this person, what I'm willing to do is buy he or she a brand new pair of shoes from wherever and send them to them. And when they get their new shoes, to replace the shoes on their feet, just in case they don't have a second pair. If they can just box one of their shoes up and send it to me, then I will boil it. I'm going to boil it. I even asked the guy.
I'm going to bite the shoe.
I'll boil it, and I will somehow put some ketchup on it and chew on some pieces of homeboy's shoe. I'll pay my dues when I don't make stupid bets like she just met. But if we can find this,
that was a stupid bet from your part.
If we can find homeboy, I'm telling you, I'll get him a new pair of shoes and
I'm taking that bet just because it's Michael Walker. And, he knows a lot, but I think he's wrong in this one, big time.
Look,
I think she needs to save her energy if she were smart and not play doubles. She played a long match. That's not very smart.
It's a good bet. I think it's good for him, not good for you.
Man, I'm gonna win it. That's how confident I am.
He should give you odds, though. He should give you
if he had said singles, then I would have had to. But singles and doubles, I take that bet.
Never know. How many times has that happened before, where the singles champion at the French Open has won singles and doubles? Ooh.
Let's find that out. I just sent it to this guy. All right.
Oh, you just paid him?
Yeah.
Good work. Live payment, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this guy went? That was in South Africa too, I
I
think.
think so. Is Stevens out? Steven looks good. That's a person that Ego should worry about, but I don't even think are they on the same side? Yeah, they are. Golf. I'm rooting, honestly, for this French Open. I'm rooting for Golf. I'm rooting for Stevens.
I'm rooting for Goff at this point forward. 100%.
I'm just saying.
I'm on the Goff train.
Kenin looks.
Stevens and Goff.
Kostiuk, I read her story, rooting for her. Kenin, she looks feisty. But those I watched her play. Pretty girl, nice outfit. Can hit forehands. I'm not sure what Vondrousova never hit her backhand.
My dream is for Coco Gauff to win the whole tournament. By the way, Michael Walker, how old was Tracy Austin when she won her first major? 15? Was she 15? Tracy Austin, how old was she when she won her first major? 15? Was she 15?
I think so. I don't know.
Anyway, it can be done. My first hope is that Goff wins it. If not, I really hope Stevens wins it. And then third, I hope Kenin wins it. Why would that be?
Because they're all American.
There you go. We got to have some hope here, man, because our tennis courts are going
I'm sorry,
we got to have something.
But I'm going to be rooting for Kostiuk, and especially with Michael Walker, I'm going to be rooting for everyone against her.
Woo! Swiatek, I think, is a much better player than Kostiuk, a much better player than Sakari, but I think Kenin has a good chance, and she's won a major before. So has Swiatek, so they're on even ground. So hopefully Kenin's ready to battle, because I think that's going to happen.
Ryan Mason, why do you want to take Badosa to Olive Garden?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Do you think she needs to eat?
Yeah, Ryan Mason thinks Badosa's hot. He likes Badosa.
Don't let your wife listen to that.
Oh, she should be cool with that. Can we see a picture of Badosa? Look, we always talk about that. Look, don't catch heat for that. You want me to tell you who I think the most beautiful tennis players are?
You've said it a million times.
Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying what tennis player you think's hot.
No, it's like me. I think Iron Man.
Yeah.
Seriously, if I saw him, I would be like, just do me a favor, dude.
Yeah.
Take off your shirt and go play tennis. Just saying.
There's hands down, if there's any dudes out there that disagree with me, you're crazy. The most beautiful tennis player ever is definitely.
I'm trying to find a good picture of her because the tennis picture's kind of.
The most beautiful tennis player from a woman's perspective is Ana Ivanovic, hands down, number one, and everyone else is a distant second.
That's her, but it doesn't do her justice because she looks like everyone else. You know.
Right. You know, I like Sabine Lisicki too. Okay. Anyway, move forward.
All right. She's my crush. Oh.
Who is? Badosa?
Yeah. Oh.
Is this a new crush?
Oh.
Who was your crush prior to Badosa? I used to like Monica Puig. You know what I'm saying? I like Monica Puig a lot. She was kind of hot too. Mm-hmm. All right.
Shart is pretty.
No.
Alejandro.
Alejandro. No.
Alejandro.
Oh, she has no butt, man. She has no curves. She's like, tweak. She's got no junk in her trunk, man. She's as slick as ice, bro. Can't do that. All right. Next topic, and take your topics or the topics anyway. I say next topic, but it's your topics that we talk about or your comments. Anyway, Serena Williams is done. Rybakina beats her. Carla, do you think Rybakina blew Serena Williams off the court?
No, I think Serena made a lot of mistakes. She looked very slow. She looked off to me. I feel like she didn't have that fight. I feel like she just didn't really think that she could do really, really well here. I mean, even after her interview, I watched her and she wasn't bummed out that she lost. She was okay with it.
Well, Roger Federer just pulled out, so hey, why not? They can go to Wimbledon together and chill. I'm kidding, totally. That had no correlation. Stupid comment, and I admit that to myself. Later, bro.
Someone asked a question to you.
What?
Justin, this is from Alex VR. Anna or Pliskova? That's a joke, right?
Anna Kournikova?
Anna Ivanovic.
Or Pliskova? Oh,
that's a joke, right?
That's not even on the same ballpark. Yeah, not even on the same ballpark.
On,
Anna Ivanovic is, look, there is some women that are just naturally beautiful without having to touch any type of makeup. Carla's one of those. Carla wears no makeup, none. There's no blush, there's no lipstick, there's nothing. All natural. Let's go, Carla. Come on.
Well, that's because I don't want to age quickly.
Well,
that stuff's bad for your face.
And you have less skin cancer risks.
Yes.
Anyway, but Ana Ivanovic is not only a tennis champion and a beautiful person from a wonderful country, Serbia, and I have a lot of respect for Serbian people. I do, not just because of Novak Djokovic, because of the wars that have blown their country apart and split it up so many different ways over so many years. Yet they continue to build champions, and maybe not, the number one in the world like Djokovic, but Ana Ivanovic and Tipsarevic and Jiri and Kekmanovic and Lajovic and who am I missing here? Geez, pitch in. Helena Yankovic. There's so many, and yet they have been practicing or have been in years past practicing in bombed out damn swimming pools. And we ask ourselves, Roger Federer just quit. And we ask ourselves, what people in this world, Carla and I communicate with some people that play barefoot with a wooden racket with only half a string bed in Africa. And you know what? I signed up for this tournament and all my fans are watching and we all struggle to find this shit on Peacock. We get the shit on Peacock and sign our credit card up for it and you pull out the next day. Meanwhile, people, as I just aforementioned, have absolutely struggled to hit a tennis ball and risk their lives to be trounced by jungle animals, and they're happy to do it. And that's why I have a problem with that. Anyway, enough venting on
Michael Walker says Maria Bueno Sabatini. My dad loves.
I love Sabatini too.
My dad loves Sabatini. Out of all the female tennis players that aged, I gotta say Sabatini's aged the best. And Graf. Graf looks better now than she did before. They've both aged very well.
Yeah.
Very fit. I remember my dad would sit out, run home to come watch Sabatini,
Yeah.
And I love watching Sabatini. I thought she was one of the most beautiful women, very natural. Shocking that she never got married, never had kids, nothing.
We named our fourth child after her. Our fourth child is Gabriella. She's 8, and we named her Gabriella after Gabriella Sabatini. So she's Gabriella Cecilia, Carla's middle name. So Gabriella Cecilia Davis.
Daniil Medvedev says Serena fought back. She should have won a lot of points. That was certain to go her way, but she kept making errors. It was actually a pretty close match until the end of both sets. Jack Nolte says Serena was accepting, but at last she plays and moves. She played and moves on to Wimbledon. Sister the Queen says Serena and Fed do parallel results a lot. Both won the Australian Open 17 and both lost Wimbledon 19. And now, out of the same day of the French, Serena played bad today. I agree. I watched the match.
Yeah.
I felt like the girl didn't beat her, right? He didn't beat her. Serena just played bad.
Yeah.
And they asked her, how do you think you played? What could you have done better? She said, could have made less errors.
Well, yeah.
She's like, I could have played better.
Anytime you lose, you.
Well, she just didn't play well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, my tennis said Djokovic retired from having a sore throat once. Well, that's a better excuse than,
I'm just going to wait and make sure, I mean, look. I don't want to say that Nadal has never done something in terms of withdrawn or, Novak Djokovic hasn't done. The fact of the matter is that this just happened today. And we give hell to everybody that makes a stupid sportsmanship type action. It's not that we hate Federer. Look, how many times, Carl, over the past 3 years have you been smashed by people for dissing Djokovic for some type of breaking racket or acting like a schmuck, shaking his bottle to his camp for, some special potion of medicine. We give it to everybody. And this just happened today. Wimbledon will start and then it will be back. It's like, getting in a fight with somebody, you're like, damn, you suck. And then finally you're just like, okay, squash that. Let's move on. Anyway.
As first we said Sabatini, so I take Mendoza are among the LGBT.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that.
That's on them. I mean, I don't care. Whatever.
That's okay.
I mean,
no problem.
Good for them. Michael Walker said, not shocking, 2021, that she never got married and had kids. We are more informed today that as a human being, you can love anyone. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know. I was never sure about Sabatini, but good for her. She's a beautiful woman, either way.
It's okay.
I didn't know that about Swiatek nor Mendoza. I think they're a little too young.
One of our mottos is something that goes back to Plato. I don't know if you know who Plato is, philosopher. I mean, when was Plato's years? Like 800 BC, or I'm going too far? Was he like 1000 AD? I don't recall. But his saying, and a million people have said something similar, but be kind because everyone's fighting a tough battle.
Again, great for them.
It doesn't.
I didn't really care.
Whatever your thing is, I don't care if you hate trees. I don't care if you just want to rip the leg off of every freaking rose bush you see. But as long as you're a good person and you don't start trouble and just chill out when you need to chill out and be, I don't think there's any issue that anyone should have with anybody based upon something trivial like a personal issue
James
that they have.
said that's not true. They're not part of. I don't know.
Doesn't
I don't know
matter.
anyone's personal
Anyway,
life.
moving forward, Be good, be kind, because everybody's fighting a battle, and I can assure you right now, the globe is overpopulated, and everybody's fighting a tough battle. Everybody's struggling. Even if you're mega rich, you're struggling.
Michael Waga says, now don't forget, in our society, it's assumed to be straight until you come out as whatever. Well, they should say whatever, right?
Fair enough. Again, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter, and sometimes you know, and sometimes you don't.
So look, one of our best friends, I won't name names here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Hell of a tennis player or players, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he thought you were hot.
Yeah,
he thought you were really hot.
I was like, damn. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's what you're talking about. She got good taste, homie. She got good taste, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What? Daniel Medved says the fan calling Barty Farty, though really? I never heard of that.
Okay.
It rhymes.
Does she like pass gas during a forehand? instead of grunting, she like let one out.
I don't hear her grunt though. All right, let's talk about what else. Matches?
Davidovich? Well, let's talk about Davidovich real quick. I really hope Davidovich beats Zverev. I really dislike Zverev for a lot of reasons. Carla dislikes him for a lot of reasons as well, more so than me. There's one other tennis player that I think that I thought for one point in time that I would never dislike as much as anybody. Justin Gimelstob. I dislike Justin Gimelstob. Always have. I mean, years ago, before the show was even thought about, before I even knew Carla, and that's a long time ago. But Zverev to me is worse than Jack Sock in the locker room. He is precocious. He is snooty. He thinks he's more than he really is. He has talked trash about people. His ex-girlfriend or whatever has called him out for domestic abuse and does not want money. Usually when that happens and someone doesn't want money, usually there's some credibility to the statement. Not saying there is. I'm not going there. I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury. And she's carrying or has a child, and she doesn't want him to see the child at all. I have 5 children. I have been through similar things in a way. Not at the same degree, but I've navigated through these parts. Let's put it that way. I won't get too terribly personal. I'm experienced in this. Anyway, there is an old saying, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a damn duck. I'm not saying he's a duck, but I'm saying he doesn't come off as the nicest kid you would want your 17-year-old or 20-year-old daughter dating. Am I right or wrong, Carla?
Yeah, I just have a hard look. I don't like Medvedev for his game, but as a person, I find him funny. I think he's funny. He's got personality. I don't think he's doing things to be malicious.
Yeah, no.
Zverev, I just don't like this guy. I was so upset Nishikori just didn't show up.
Yeah, no, he's
and
not
I'm
malicious.
Gonna be cheering for Davidovich all the way, little pitbull.
Yeah, he's not malicious. I don't mean that. He comes off to me as someone that's entitled, maybe. Look at me, I'm handsome and I'm tall and I got my sleeveless shirt on. I know Nadal did the same thing. But I don't like his approach to the game in terms of his demeanor. Sorry to say, I don't like his overall sportsmanship. Walking out to the court the other day and he tells the umpire, just find me like you were going to find Osaka when she told you just find me for not talking to the media. I didn't like shooting from the hip. The ridiculous vernacular he used towards the referee. We have rules in life, and we don't like to abide by the rules. God knows I don't abide by all the rules. I mean, not break a lot of some terrible rules, but there's times where I'll push the envelope. Enough said. But I think that when you're in the game of tennis that simulates a duel to the death, and it comes from a couple hundred years of history, and it's something that's an international language. It's international language. Carla and I have been through so many airports over the years, and regular clothes. You guys look like tennis players. Oh, well, thanks. How do you know that? Well, the way you walk, the way you act. It's something that brings humanity together. Hence why I think a lot here we are more into, a smaller group of people because we get to know you. And then if I want to say, man, that was, it's more personable. I make reference to this movie Spanglish with Adam Sandler, and I like Adam Sandler a lot. So Adam Sandler, he does this movie, and he has a restaurant, and then a reviewer comes in and reviews the place really great, and all of a sudden it gets super crowded, and all shit falls apart. I like family. I'm a family guy. I have 5 kids, and you are family. So sometimes when it's too much going on, I get frustrated. Anyway, long story short, though, we're gonna move forward.
I like your comment, Michael. Zverev is handsome and tall, but he ain't got body to wear the clothes that he does. He ain't no Nadal, body, and don't have no butt like Tiafoe.
Yeah, Zverev to me doesn't seem like someone that, to me, is something that I would run home to and go home from work early and say, hey, boss, I gotta go. This guy's playing on television. Now, when Roger Federer was running off majors, I would actually tell my boss then, I'm going home. I'm going to watch this Federer match. He was everything to me. Mm-hmm. But he just quit at the French Open.
I honestly...
I got his tattoo on.
I know somebody say he's handsome. I think Tsitsipas looks better than him. Just
Who?
saying.
Better?
No,
Zverev?
than Zverev. He's a better looking dude.
I mean, he's a handsome dude. I'll give him that. He's a handsome dude.
He reminds me of the linguinis I see all the time.
Carla, as you've gotten older, and pretend I don't exist, and this is a question for any females out there.
No.
Can I ask the question to females out there? For any females out there, and if you're male, ask this question to yourself if you're single and you're looking for a female. Mm-hmm. I'm just asking a personal question. This is what we do here. Family, what's up? I'm asking a personal question. Answer the don't. Mm-hmm. If you are our age, 43, 41, and you are single and are at least, just equal-minded, no problems, do you look for 100% looks and no compatibility? Or do you look for maybe someone that you're just compatible with and you do things together and maybe looks aren't everything? So with that said, when I look at Zverev, I don't care how handsome he is, because every time he approaches something, he looks like either Federer did pulling out of the tournament today. He tells Lindell that he sucks as a coach because he brought a puppy to practice. He told the media that, and then he told the media that because of Lindell talking on his cell phone during practice, that's one of the reasons why he had to that's personal shit. So he's a little snitch boy. And where I come from, snitches are bitches. Don't ever snitch on anyone for nothing unless some child in trouble or someone getting killed. But don't snitch on nobody. Snitches are freaking rats. And that kid was a rat. So I don't like him, period. And there's no one that's going to change my mind about that. Yeah. And no one's going to snitch. That's it. I tell my kids, don't ever freaking snitch unless someone's in trouble.
Everybody's weighing in on Stefanos Tsitsipas and Zverev. We go here. Tsitsipas, Elandria says Tsitsipas has better body type than Zverev, in my opinion.
How? They both, okay, yeah, she is right though.
No, when he walks with his shoulders, he looks Greek and strong.
But no. Tsitsipas walks kind of hunched over.
No, he's got some swag to him.
I would have to, look, if he's my son, if he's my son, I'm walking behind him roll those shoulders back.
But he's got some swag to him.
He walks hunched over.
He's got your body type. I don't know what you like. You guys have the same body type, by the way.
But I walk straight back. He walks
straight. But you guys have the same body type. You shape almost the same way.
And don't forget, he smacked his dad with a tennis racket on live television.
So what? But bad look. I don't think he's the best looking dude. But Zverev, to me, just looks. I just want to punch him.
Yeah, he's not my favorite player at all. And personally, if Sasha Zverev wins a major, I will be like, really? Mm-hmm. Really? Just like if Daniel Medvedev wins a major, I'll be like, really? This guy's an asshole, and Medvedev has no net game. How are these guys going to win a major?
Sister Queen says, Zverev is way less attractive with all his issues. I like Tsitsipas.
See?
He's got the swag and broad shoulders. Chris Aviation says, Zverev is not my favorite, but I do want to say that he has changed his game in a good direction. I like Zverev team Tsitsipas better than Nadal. Great players all around. Alex Figueroa said, get the chancla ready, Carla. Sarisa said, Chris Evers says Tsitsipas walks like board. Yeah.
Similar.
Very similar.
Yeah, and sometimes, who said that comment?
Sarisa,
great comment, because so many times over the past couple of years, Carla and I will sit down, we'll be watching Tsitsipas play or writing notes for these shows, and we'll just be bored.
Yeah, he does.
We say that often, so we totally agree with you 100%.
Michael Walker says, if you get emotions involved, you have to care about personality because you can't just lead with emotions. For one night stand, just looks. Yeah, agree. Zverev, Davidovich, that should be an interesting match. Really should be. He won today against Sabonis. 4 sets. I like Davidovich. I think he's a fighter. I think he's going to be a bit tired, though.
Yeah,
He's been running a lot.
As much as I don't like Zverev, this is an easy match for Zverev.
Here, let's do this. For 40-year-olds, you both talk like juveniles. All right, here we go.
Juvenile was one of my.
Let me.
Juvenile was one of my favorite rappers as a kid. I live in the South, or now I grew up out west, but in the South there was like this whole like. I guess they won't understand this, but anyway, there was a lot of like Southern guys, and one of them was Juvenile. What was that song? You gotta be.
I don't like their music.
You know,
I didn't like
from New
music.
Orleans. So like the whole NO was a really strong place. So Juvenile.
I don't think they even know
that
that.
guy.
Don't hate Gmail. Well, when it was stupid comments, I just removed them.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I've had enough toxic family member involvement in my life in the past 3 days. There is no way that someone I have no idea who they are is going to actually frustrate me today.
Alex Rios says, who will go to the final in the bottom half? Hopefully Tsitsipas. You know, they got a tough side.
Hope so.
Zverev Davidovich is going to be a tough match, but I really think Davidovich is a bit tired. So, unfortunately, I give the upper hand to Zverev there. Tsitsipas and Medvedev. Well, we talked about how these guys don't like each other.
They don't. They don't.
But the better clay player is Tsitsipas.
Well, yes, but also I think it was a year or two ago, and time for me is not an equation anymore. I don't rationalize it. Sometimes I'll think it was a year ago and it was 5 years ago, or 10 minutes ago and it was 2 years ago, whatever.
I don't know. I think Tsitsipas is a way better clay player.
I think Tsitsipas is the best player in the draw, with the exception of Nadal and Djokovic. Period.
Agreed.
Unfortunately, the issue here is with Nadal and Djokovic is that they're going to have a struggle. They're going to fight. And look, I don't think Musetti is going to beat Novak, but Musetti is hot and he has nothing to lose, and that's what makes Musetti dangerous. He has a really fast racket on his one-handed backhand. Now, if Novak Djokovic can hit heavy topspin like Nadal did to his backhand side, that will be a great thing for Novak Djokovic. However, Djokovic isn't left-handed, so it's going to be Djokovic's backhand to Musetti's backhand, and Musetti has done a really good job at taking a high backhand with topspin this tournament, hence why he's here. Djokovic is going to have a little bit of trouble unless Musetti is psychologically at a disadvantage walking on the court because of who he is playing.
I don't really think that Djokovic is going to have a hard time with Musetti.
It's going to be look, Musetti. I think Musetti loses something like 3-2-3, but it's going to be a tricky 3-2-3.
Sister Queen said Musetti needs to watch Roland Garros 2011. Laugh out loud. What was I going to say? I was going to say something before we went to that match, but whatever.
Go ahead.
No, I forgot about it. Somebody was asking me a question. Here it is. Chris Aviation said, do you guys think Nadal is going to win again, or is it going to be somebody else? I could actually see Tsitsipas versus Nadal in the final if they are in opposite sections. Well, I think most of us chose Nadal and Tsitsipas.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think almost all of us said
Tsitsipas. And what was the name of the individual?
Chris Aviation.
We've spoken with Chris for a long time. Hopefully you do your fantasy team sometime soon. Good to hear from you. I do remember this viewer from quite a while, a good comment, a couple of, maybe a year or two, I think. So hopefully you're well. It's a great question. Djokovic and Nadal will, more than likely face one another. And you know that's going to be the media battle. The prize fight of the tournament will be that semifinal. After that semifinal transpires, the problem is that no one really is probably going to care too much about the final, right? I guess if the reason why you're watching the final is if Nadal beats Djokovic and you're just there to see Nadal host his 21st trophy and to then be realized as the greatest of all time. We talked about this before. We're not going to get into head-to-heads and how many Masters 1000s they've won and how many 250s and what their head-to-heads are and blah, 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 blah. When we're dead and gone and our children are dead and gone and our grandchildren grow up and they have children, when people are that age in time, they're going to go to their brain microchips, not an encyclopedia that I'm used to, not a cell phone now that we're used to, but they're going to have like microchips. I'll never get one. Fact. Anyway, they're going to be like, who's the greatest player of all time? Encyclopedia, bing. And it's going to say in a visual screen coming out of your eyeball, it's going to say, who has the most majors? And that's a fact.
Look,
so if that's why you're watching the final, if Nadal wins, then great. But no one's going to care necessarily about anything more if Nadal or Djokovic plays Davidovich Fokina. They're not going to watch it. They're going to sleep in. They're going to get a mimosa And they're going to go barbecue in the backyard and say, yo, what was the score of that match? Kind of like the Mayweather-Logan Paul fight tonight. That doesn't mean shit. It's irrelevant.
To me, I think, well, obviously to me, Nadal's toughest match to me is going to be Djokovic.
Agreed. That's the final.
To me, that's the toughest match.
That's the final.
How can we say it's going to be Tsitsipas?
It doesn't matter.
3 out of 5 sets to beat Nadal and Clay. To me, the toughest match, and Nadal hates that he's going to have to face Djokovic in the semifinal.
Djokovic.
Because to me, whoever wins there is your French Open champion.
Yeah. Whoever wins that match is the French Open. And if it goes, if it goes like the Australian Open where Nadal and Djokovic were too damn tired to stand up for the interview and they still wouldn't get him a damn chair and finally did, what was that, 2011?
The Australian Open?
2012? What was it? We were laying in bed. We were it's like 6 in the morning.
I don't remember.
Anyway, but if they put out that type of energy and then have to roll into a final against maybe Tsitsipas or whoever, you know, they're going to be at a disadvantage. So the prize fight's going to be the semifinal, and then the other side of the draw, no matter who it is going to be a little bit more rested for that after that. Unless Nadal bagels Djokovic again. Didn't he bagel Djokovic last time they played the French? Didn't he give him a 6-0?
Yeah. Could be, but I mean, I'm having a hard time. I mean, hopefully Tsitsipas gets through Medvedev. I'm sure that Nadal would prefer seeing Medvedev in the final.
All right, Zverev and Davidovich Fokina tomorrow. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Zverev, even though I want Fokina to beat him.
Yeah, look, I would love for Davidovich Fokina to upset him. I just don't think it's the right point in time for him. I don't think it ever will be. But if Davidovich Fokina wins, I will do a shirtless show. I will be so damn happy. I'll paint Fokina on my forehead and do a whole show with no shirt on. Swear, I'll do it tomorrow night. Did they play tomorrow? No, the next day.
The next day.
I'll do it, okay? Tsitsipas Medvedev, who you got?
Tsitsipas, I mean, we've all been talking about Tsitsipas. If he loses, I'm like, oh my gosh, really? And the fact that Medvedev is going to be number 1 in the world, like many of you saying without a Grand Slam, it's a joke.
Look, by the way, Medvedev has never been terribly secretive about his lack of joy for clay. He had, until this year, he'd never gotten past the first round of the French Open, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's hot. He has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose. That makes Medvedev dangerous. I say Medvedev wins this match, and I say Medvedev may win it in 4 sets, but he could even win it in 3. Because what makes someone a big hitter like Medvedev that hits the ball flat and big, what makes him dangerous in this tournament is that he never expected to get past the first round. That makes him dangerous.
Right.
I'll take Medvedev in that match if I'm a betting person.
Ryan says Tsitsipas in 4 sets. Michael Walker said Medvedev is going to win. This guy says Tsitsipas.
Yeah.
Leandro says Tsitsipas. Alex Guillar said head-to-head. Medvedev leads 6-1.
Let's go. Come on. All right, Djokovic Musetti. Who you got?
Djokovic. I mean,
I'm going to take Djokovic too, but I think it's going
4 sets.
It's going to be I think it's straight sets by Djokovic.
Okay.
I think Djokovic beats him psychologically just walking onto the court. Musetti walks onto the court. Oh shit! I'm actually sitting on the court right now with Novak Djokovic. Oh my god!
They hit together.
Can I take a selfie?
No, they hit together.
Still, it's different. Hitting together.
They hit together,
being
so he's not going to feel that. What he's going to feel is the pressure of his game.
Djokovic beats him in straight sets. 6-1, 6-3, 6-4. 6-1, 6-3, 6-4. And the 6-4 being a mercy set to make him not look so damn bad.
Okay.
Berrettini with a walkthrough.
Yeah, so might as well write it here.
Yeah, Nadal.
Fed went out. I'm going to put here, Fed went out.
Nadal center. Center is going to get pummeled.
Yes.
Center is going to look like a kid on the playground because he made the match too good last year in the middle of some epidemic where everybody was freaked out. Nadal is going to make center look like damn Aisha, the best girl that I ever had. Who sang that song? Who sang Aisha?
It was a New Edition? No.
No. It wasn't Crisscross. Who sang Aisha?
It was a boy band.
She was the best girl that I
don't
ever
remember.
had. She was on the playground. You remember the playground song? On the playground.
Who's Aisha? Oh, you obviously.
Oh, young buck out
you?
there. Too old for you. No, we're going back to 91, 92.
All right.
Nadal will treat center like the kids on the playground and go talk to Aisha afterwards. Schwartzman Struff.
It don't matter. Who cares? Who cares?
Going to sleep on that one.
Never. Bad creation?
Yes, who said that?
Michael Walker.
Let's go, Michael Walker. What? Come on!
In the playground. That sounds the same. They both sound the same.
Aisha.
I was in New York. I was like in junior high.
Come on,
I was
Michael
in junior high
Walker.
in New York. I went to Caballero Junior High. Junior high. It was a high school before, but I went
Let's
to
go.
Yeah.
Michael Walker with the best.
Did you guys
comment
watch
of
the
the
New
day.
Edition story released a few years ago? So many younger people find out about them after that. You know, my son is
Who
like,
said that?
this guy 1000. My son's like rapping to like stuff that we used to listen to back in the days.
It's like he thinks it's cool now. We were doing that like
I'm
in
laughing
'91.
about it. I'm like, really?
Yeah, like So the funniest thing is my second oldest son. He's 16. He started playing the guitar.
He went from like metal.
He started listening to Metallica, and the next thing you know, he's listening to Tupac. You know?
Now he's rapping. I'm like, what are you doing?
And then,
I'm like, shame on you. Metallica would be ashamed of you.
Yeah.
You went from them to Tupac.
But the funny thing is we pretend like we didn't do the same thing as kids.
Yeah.
We did the same thing. I went from like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, to the women's side real fast. Jabeur Golf. Who you got? Let's go. The best of luck to Jabeur. She represents an entire continent of tennis players that are few and far between. So hopefully that's a great match. I wish the best of luck to both women. If it wasn't Coco Gauff Jabeur was playing, the Tunisian, I would wish that she would win. I hopefully Gauff takes care of business and we'll move into the winner of the Sloane Stephens and Krejcikova match.
I'll go with Stephens. They both have the same game style.
Love my girl.
So hopefully Steven wins.
Look, I always told Carla, you know, if she ever pisses me off too bad, I'm going to go find Sloane, and her and her husband or fiance, we don't have to talk.
All right, cool. Anyways.
Okay? Love that girl. What? Come on, Sloane Stephens, let's go. If I get a Sloane Stephens Coco Gauff quarterfinal, I'll be excited. Okay? Sophia Kenin hitting off her back foot, forehand Sakari.
I think Kenin will beat her.
I think Kenin's going to take this to the bank easily. Kenin wins 3-3. She might even throw a damn bagel in there. Sakari habitually hits the ball off her back foot. Sakari has been through the following people. A qualifier in the first round, Paolini in the second round, Mertens in the third round, and here she is, right?
Yeah.
Kenin has been through Pegula, Batiste, and Ostapenko. Yeah. So she's battled. I'm not saying Sakari has not, but Kenin's going to give her a whip ass tomorrow or the next
Chris
day.
Aviation said, honestly, the women's side is weird. Only Swiatek from the top 15. What the hell happened?
Oh shit! Who said that?
Chris Aviation.
I gotta show Chris Aviation something. Here's my notes. Let me see. Chris Aviation. This says WTA. A very odd bottom half draw. Only at the French Open do these same players make quarterfinals. Same brainwave, bro. Odd. Strange.
Yeah,
Strange, bro. Strange.
Technically, in paper, she should be Kostyuk and have no issue.
Strange, bro.
She should.
Great to see you, Chris Aviation. I hope you've been well. It's good to see you back,
Can
bro.
you beat
Seriously.
Sakari in a fight?
I bet on her. I don't know. Sakari looks like she's
strong.
Yeah, she might have a right
But
hook.
she's kind of robotic, so I'm going to make her move a little bit.
She might punch you off the back foot, which would make her lean away, and you could just hit her.
I'll kick her.
You would want to have your jab going.
She's got stronger biceps than me, but I got stronger legs than her.
But picture this. If she hits the forehand off the back foot, wouldn't that make you believe that she might throw the haymaker off the back foot?
I'll block.
No, you don't block. You don't block that. You don't block that. If she...
You can go like this.
You don't know boxing, obviously. Listen.
Not boxing.
If they're leaning back when they punch, if you hit them with a jab, boom, they fall down. It's a knockdown. It's not a knockout, but you'll knock them down. And if you do that a couple times, 3 rounds in a fight, TKO.
All right, let's go by the next match. Come on.
All right, where are we at?
Swiatek or Swiatek with Kostyuk. The last match.
Swiatek's too good?
Yeah, I mean, she shouldn't have a trouble. I mean, she really hasn't had a tough draw.
Let's
be real.
I'm gonna take this to the bank. You don't even have to watch the match if you bet on it, but don't bet more than like $2. But Sofia Kenin is going to beat Iga Swiatek in the quarterfinal. She's gonna
walk fast with her dress.
Yeah. Sofia Kenin will beat Swiatek in the quarterfinal. We'll talk about it in comments after this video ends. By the way, when we do these videos, a lot of you guys I don't think understand that we do messages and everybody with everybody even after this ends. So while like we're cooking for the kids and stuff, we can continue.
Which I gotta
to
really cook up dinner tonight.
Well, we are cooking like in a minute. But guys, we have you can go to Facebook Messenger. I don't know if you have that, but if you look for our account, which is Justin Justin space Carla with the C Carla space Davis Davis and find us. We'll accept the friendship. We can communicate back and forth on Messenger. We do it all night long with a lot of you, B Dog and Sister the Queen and Flora Moore and Ethan DA, and the list goes on. It's a huge list. On Instagram is 5K Tennis. It's a 5 and a lowercase k and a lowercase TENNIS. And then here on YouTube. So when the shows end, just because we have 5 kids and we need to cook and put dinner on the table, we're still talking tennis. We're still generating topics for tomorrow. So this is your show. What we talk about between now and tomorrow's show.
Yes, your message is only individual. Yes.
Yeah, individual messages. No one else sees it. If you want to talk to us personally and want us to bring up a topic, but you don't want anybody to know your name or what it's about or where it comes from, we get these topics all the time. We'll be happy to do it for you.
I just think someone send me it must be Chris.
Accept it.
Yeah.
You don't have to mention their name.
Yeah.
That's their private life. If you connect with us on Messenger or Facebook or Instagram Messenger or whatever it is, and you want us to talk about something, if it's not anything, out in left field, like, anyway, we even talk about some political stuff as long as it's not hateful. Anything in life, we'll bring it up. And if you don't want us to mention it, we will. And if we choose it, then we will definitely say who it is and whatever. But that's what this is about. It's for you, and it's a family type situation for us.
Yes, and a lot of you guys text me. I get texts at 5 in the morning.
Look, I'll put my phone number out right now. US, my phone number is area code 251. So 251-753-0950. So area code 251 if you're outside the US, international calling, obviously, but area code 251-753-0950. And I'll text you back. And sometimes I'm teaching all day long, so sometimes I don't check my phone, but for 3 times a day, the whole day. And sometimes I'll set my phone down in between majors when we're not doing shows every day, and I won't see my phone all day.
Michael Walker said, do you think Trump is very intelligent?
That's an interesting question.
I think that everybody has issues.
That was a good song.
My neighbor put a flag out. He was a Trump. It doesn't matter. It's my neighbor.
Oh.
He was a Trump supporter, so then he put a Biden thing that says Biden sucks.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was pretty hilarious, and I said maybe I'll put both of them, Trump sucks and Biden. See what he thinks about that.
Look, we don't really get into that at all, honestly. We just we try to be polite to anybody, as long as they're not toxic family members. And some people now here used to have signs Trump 2020, and now they have just flags that say Biden sucks.
I thought it was hilarious.
And we don't. I
said, can I find both and just put it there and see their reaction?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not a rodeo. I'm too. Look, I believe in humility, and I'm really not the smartest guy outside of tennis and a university psychology degree I never use. I'm pretty naive, and still even then very naive. But I don't have the brain power to deal with right and wrong in politics. I'm not good at that. It's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready, guys?
All right.
Keep comments going. Find us.
Make some
Let's go. What are you cooking, Carla? Melanesa?
Something like that, yeah.
Spanish thin steak. We'll do that.
Yeah, we haven't eaten a real dinner in a while.
In like 3 days. All right, take care, guys.
All right.
Peace out.
Adios.
Great show. Thank you, everybody. Much love to all.